because this is a subject close to my heart, in particular when the fire was going off. It was time we thought about the war a wee bit. This is a script in case anybody is. I'd like to give you a serious thought before I start. It's from my old regimental padre. In corresponding with him since the war, he wrote once, "I have no problem about the justification of this war. Some wars are just and some are unjust, and this was a just war because there was no other way of getting rid of Adolf Hitler." And then he says also in a further letter, "I regard the time when I had the privilege of serving with you men in the Western Desert as being one of the best times of my life." And he's now 85. And finally, here's another thought for you. "Freedom belongs only to those who are prepared to defend it." And how else can you defeat Hitler? Actually, I'm doing this because the last government was of the opinion that the people of the country haven't fully realised the benefits accruing from that World War II. And I had two post-war experiences which give us a clue, certainly. One was when we were invited by my division, the St. Harbour Division, liberated Lille in northeastern France. And on the 50th anniversary of their liberation, they invited the regiment, the division back again. Well, out of about 12,000 men, only 300 turned up. That's all. The world went on down there. We had a civic reception in the morning. In the afternoon, we were told to go and look around Lille and see a place for ourselves, and there'd be another civic reception at night time. So we motored around, got this cafe, sat down, and we had a coffee. It was a man who served us, not a young man, a 13-year-old man, and he gave us our coffee. And it was only when he had finished all the work, he saw we had an identification, and he said, "Are you here for the liberation?" And we said, "Yes, we are." And immediately, he became very emotional. You took two-handed shake with every person. "I thank you for my freedom. I thank you for my freedom. I thank you. I thank you." It was quite emotional. And then later on the week, on Friday afternoon, or last afternoon, they said to us, "You're going walking through the town. You don't have to march." I said, "I couldn't hardly walk that little fast." We walked through the town, and we turned this corner, and here, there are 100,000 people lying in the streets, all with the tricolour and the Union Jack. "Merci, monsieur, merci, merci." And I have at this point to correct a lie that my dear wife was spreading about me, to this effect, that I was breaking ranks and going forward, as were other men, to greet the Frenchmen. Or that my wife said, "I just kissed all the girls." And I said that wasn't true. Many of them. I just kissed the good-looking one. And then I went back to Normandy last year for the very first time. I've got a photograph of it here if anyone's interested, of when I landed. And as we went there with a group known as the Normandy Veterans, of whom incidentally not one would have been in Normandy. The only people in this bus who's been in Normandy was my pal and I. But everybody else didn't with it. They were going under the headline, Normandy Veterans. We got there, and our bus driver said, "Now down here," he said, "there are two good museums." And he said, "They'll charge you unless you wear your medals." So all our medals are. We walked down to the beach to see. And as we walked down to the beach, people are saying, "Merci, merci, monsieur, merci, merci." Just thanking us in the way down. And then finally I was showing I said, "That's where I landed, I'm there." And an elderly man and his wife, arm in arm, came up and said, "Excuse me, we're from Belgium, and we would like to thank you for what you did for us." Now, in Belgium's near Lille, and that's where I've been. And that is also where the Gestapo had its headquarters, in Lille. And they knew all about it. They knew what a visit from the Gestapo was. And the way that my mother and father never knew. They were saved that. Right then. Well, I went to the army in 1941, 19 and a half, sent down south to England, trained as a wireless operator in a tank, came back up again, and out of a New Year, or Christmas 1941, we went on to the troop ship at Princess of Glasgow, went to Hunter's Creek for a week while the convoy formed up, and off we went just at the turn of the New Year. Up north, we were going incidentally to Freetown, West Africa, and we took a very funny route, because we turned north first of all, then across to Iceland, down from America, down south, and after a month we arrived at Freetown. And then we would stop there. We didn't take any water aboard, but some of we got small ships I have done so. And after a few days we were on our way again, woke up one morning, big battleship here. We actually were in the convoy, the Commodore's ship. The ship had a captain, Strathmore. The ship had a captain, but also, who was in charge of the ship, but it also had a Commodore in charge of the convoy. And as we were the convoy and the Commodore, all the destroyers came up, and the convoy went away across over the horizon. They come up and signalled each other in the Morse code about what had happened. And my friend and I, Ronnie Paul, he and I were quite good at Morse, we quite enjoyed it, so we started to take down the messages. And last week we got to go over, army personnel, please stop taking naval messages. So that was us. And then one morning I woke up with a huge big battleship next to us. I would have seen off any of these small pocket battleships. So there we are. Got to Cairo eventually. It took us 2 months that journey. Got to Cairo and went out to where the pyramids are. That was a camp. And there I joined my regiment, the 8th King Royal Irish Hussars, a tank regiment. That's the tank we had in the desert. I just got it here in case anyone was interested. That's the tank that I have sent in the desert. It's called an American Stuart tank. And the rest of the regiment had a Grant tank. We didn't have any British tanks of our own. Right then. So I thought you might like to hear the 8th Hussars prayer. Almighty God, whose perfect love casteth out fear, remember in thy great goodness the 8th King Royal Irish Hussars, and all who serve with us. Keep us mindful of former valour, and grant us thy grace that whatsoever may our hands and minds find to do, we may endure hardship as thy good and faithful servants, through Jesus Christ our Lord. I'm not reading it so well, so I'm going to put my glasses on. So that was in 8th Hussars. I was dispatched after that to the desert. I was in a tank with three regular soldiers, some of them quite characters. Went up to the desert and put out a couple of sheets for those who are interested. The desert was a desert, no vegetation at all. You could see for miles. Distant vision was an advantage, and of course the Germans had better telescopes than we ever had, so they could see us first. And in the moonlight, could be moonlight in the desert, very much moonlight in the desert. So much so in fact that the German machine gunners, the aeroplanes could come and machine gun us at night time, because they could make out enough of us. In fact, I was a very heavy sleeper, still am, and I never woke up. And the gunner had to come out and say, come on, Joe, come on in, I'm going to come out. And there was a machine coming us like that, so I was lucky. And then you would going along one day and smell grain growing in the desert. The Arab knew where to plant it and knew where to come up. Because there are rains, as it says in the Bible, former and latter rains. And the Arabs know this, and they know where to plant the seed and come back and get this crop. And that's what we're smelling. Actually, we used to give them sugar, and they would give us eggs. And you could fry the eggs inside of the tank. As flat as that, put the egg on, if you get the egg, and just do that. That's how hot it was. That's all right there. just one thing or two about it. You could talk all night about the desert. There was no water, of course. All you had was what they brought up. And you didn't get much. Water bottle a day, you could get as much petrol as you wanted. The time to use petrol, so we got that all right. For a wash, you would take a damp cloth and cover yourself. To wash your clothes, you wash them in petrol and stick them out to dry. It would smell, but the smell would go away. They were quite rigid. And then we sometimes had to clean our Dixies, the food was in it, use the sand. Use the sand to rub all the extra food out. It would go away eventually. And the flies would help you too. Some of the men used to go crazy with the flies. It didn't matter what you did. You could walk away into the desert if you want, but they'll follow you just the same. They say that the mark of an Arab is where you can allow the flies to walk along his mouth. You and I wouldn't do that. That's why spies were very difficult. They couldn't allow that. And then, of course, one tank would be sure to run out of petrol. So once you siphon it with their mouth out of one tank into the other, that's terrible. And the water was bad enough. It had chlorine in it. You could hardly drink the stuff. All you could do was make tea with it. That's what it was drinkable. And the cold nights, the desert is a cold place, hot during the day and cold during the night. So much so you get up and you put on a big overcoat, winter overcoat, sit on top of the tank with a machine gun and sit there and listen, because you'll hear the Germans before you see them. And then, of course, we had petrol cans, big petrol cans, and the way to get the petrol, I just stick the jack in it, take the lid off, pour it out, and that's it, throw it away, that's the finish with it. If you want to cook in it, that's all right. Half it, and make a fire out of that. But these big cans thrown away, they would expand with the heat of the day, and then at night time, in the middle of the night, when everything's nice and quiet, bang, I'd give you a big heart attack, oh, for goodness sake, big bang, a loud bang. Well, it was boring at this time, because both sides were shaping up for another fight, and who could get in it first? Well, the Germans did. These days were just one day after another. Just passed. And during the day we had to execute a wide circle for safety against the German aircraft. But at night we would gather in a tight circle. And one night, the word came round, Lieutenant Carter, who was in charge of 3 tanks, he would like to see his men at his tank, please. Could we all report to Lieutenant Carter's tank? So the sun's going down, because we couldn't go into this formation too soon. It had to be quite dark before you start getting into this. The Germans had commanded the air at this time, and they dictated what he did. And well, Bentley's time, the sun's going down, the wind's blowing, the sand's swishing about your feet, there's not a sound. Our family and our loved ones, a million miles away. Not a soul inside, not a sound. He says, gentlemen, he says, thank you for coming. I've just received word that my wife in South Africa has given birth to a baby girl. I'd be very honoured if you drink to the good health and happiness of my wife and my baby. So we did that. I don't know what date that was, but I know the next date. The next day was exactly the 27th of May at 7:30 in the morning. That's when Rommel hit us. Our general at this time was a man called General Ritchie. And I'll take that back to there. I've scratched this out here. You've heard of it. You all know the Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is lightning war, and it's got 3 parts to it. I'll get this out. The first part is get all your thing together, make it as strong as possible. Here we are. Just write down so it'll make an impression on you. First of all, the you're going to hit them with everything you've got. That was what they did. That's what happened in France in 1940. They hit the French with everything they had. And they're right at his weak spot. At his weak spot. And finally, do it and catch him with his pants down. Get him by surprise. And Rommel certainly did that. This, you hold that side. Very roughly, just say there. This is Mediterranean Sea. The Gazala is that line there, front line. Germany's here facing that way, and that's us here. This is Rommel here. You all see that? This is Rommel here, and the British there. And he has divided up his forces, and Rommel hasn't. Well, he waits until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. During the day, he's got lorries running about here as if there are millions of tanks here. And General Richard thinks he's going to attack in the centre, and he helps him to believe that by making a lot of sandstorm around here. And we all had to, my friends are coming here already. In actual fact, they were going away down here. So he misled them up here, and then in the darkness, he went way down here, stopped there, I went back about 3 o'clock in the morning, refueled and got some tanks up to scratch again, and then started up at the top. And I'm down there, and he's attacking us at 6:30 in the morning. And one of our pals, Alan Collins, in another squadron, was actually at his breakfast with the German tanks commander. Complete surprise. Blitzkrieg. Well, as a result of that, my regiment was decimated, with 6 tanks left out of 50. Not all the men were killed, but some of the tanks might just have a track broken, in which case you were a sitting duck and they couldn't do much more. Maybe somebody else, maybe the gun was not sliding or what happened. But at any rate, that's what happened. It took 30,000 prisoners that weekend, or a few days. 30,000 prisoners, that's a lot. And our tanks were all. There were 6 of us left, and I was 1, luckily enough. Lieutenant Carter was killed. My pal, John from Coatbridge, killed. And Ronnie, the man who did Morse with me, prisoner of war. Never saw him again. And the huge supplies in Tarouk were now Rommel's. He told him, I've got stuff, let me go to the Delta now, I could go. And Rommel said, yes, okay. Where do you go? We fought all the way back to El Alamein. That means fighting every day. Not big battle, Marky, but half a dozen times here and half a dozen times there. And men still being killed, men still being wounded, not in big numbers, but. And we were running to get back to the Delta, Alamein, before he did. He was really going fast. And we had to go try and go faster. Well, I'll stick to the script here. Before the war, I played football. I played for an amateur league. I registered in Glasgow against Lanarkshire. And I had told that to John Holland. And he told it to his family, who, when they heard that John was dead, missing, they said what to my family, and my family said to me, what had happened to John? This is months later. How can I tell what's happened to John? It was a different part of the regiment. I didn't know who had seen anything. He could be killed. And Rommel was quite good at burying people, if you had the time. But Rommel was a clean fighter. He tried to get to the Delta, and they would have buried him if he could. On the other hand, he might be wounded. He could be in a hospital. We don't know. I certainly was in a position to find out. Or he could be taken prisoner or killed. at long last I found one chap who said, yes, he was definitely killed. His tank was hit, he jumped out, and he was caught with the machine guns and killed as he jumped to the ground. So that was that. I got an answer to that. I have to be very careful what I said. Well, back at this Halloween line, there was a battle fought there which it was said is called the Battle of Alamhalfal. And this Battle of Alamhalfal was the first battle which Monty fought in. And we made a complete change of tactic. And we had the Air Force with us, and so on. So a lot of things, and you can't get into all that just now. However, Monty came down. He saw us operating in this battle under our Major Hackett. And he immediately promoted Hackett to a colonel and sent him away in charge of some free raiding parties around the Middle East. General Hackett came eventually to be a general in charge of one of the market garden brigades there. A very intelligent man. After the war he was visiting professor of classics at Oxford University. And long after the war, I wrote to him one day on the 27th of May. And here he was a general, and I was even a lance corporal. And I wrote back and said how he was thrilled to hear from one of his men who had been in that battle so long ago. What a pity we can't have a chat together. A great man. So that was him. And it's just an interesting comment in these senior officers because Hackett didn't want to go. He said, I'm leaving all my friends here. All these other officers in the regiment, he'd grown up with them in Palestine and Egypt, and now he's taken away from them to work with people who didn't know. And then we wondered about my gunner, Spike Ward. He was a real character, this one. He was a right haven scare. He used to go in, we were down in Egypt, going to Cairo when the day passed, and of course he would always miss the lorry back home at 9:30 at night, but not too worried. He would go up to the MP's place and borrow one of their lorries for anybody. Take it to the desert and pack up there, and in the morning, where did this come from? It was a good man all the same, because the very first time I was in action, he shouted to go to me, "Are you all right, Jock? Are you all right? You could just hear me. All right, Jock? Are you all right?" And I was all right. And when we were being machine gunned at night, he used to come up with me, come on, undercover, come on. So it was very good. Quite a body have. Oh yes. He was also, he went to sleeping guard, which is a bad thing. And a wee piece of paper, you went to whoever it was, and I handed it over to him. "You're making sense, Spike." He said, "No," I said, "I'll just listen here, but Jock, he said, "I'll listen." He fell asleep. There's no garden about it. That could be catastrophic. And I really don't know what happened after that. It disappeared. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you that. Well anyway, let's say that's, we were out of the running there. We were actually used just as a sort of guard. We guarded Cyprus and we guarded Benghazi, which were being attacked by the Italians at this time. And so we came home and it took us to, well, I wonder if you tell about this now. I'll tell you very briefly. I came back in 1997, I decided to go back to El Alamein. I saw Jordan's grave. And I noticed, helping this other lady, that some of the gravestones had names of Scots men, and you could find out where they came from. So we took photographs of that, and we brought it home, and within it we had this location of a town or a village or an address, and when you went there, and we usually saw the minister, and the minister would say, "I'll find out for you." And the minister would back and say, "That's so-and-so, so-and-so." So I had said to them, I would give them the photograph, I would give them some sand from El Alamein, a picture of the cemetery and so on. And we did that. And we discovered people's relatives in Kilbirnie, in Kirkcaldy, well, there were two in Kirkcaldy. One came on from Kirkcaldy, one came on from Edinburgh for this one person. And I told them, what's about no one has, I want a photograph for myself. They didn't want to share it, we couldn't see. Anyway, I gave them one. And then the one at Dundee, just near from the Sunless, the monarchy, missed by all my friends from the monarchy, and two in Aberdeen, an MBCHB, a doctor, aged 30, who had already been wounded very serious in the desert and not having much of a chance. They brought him back from one of the big hospitals, but he hadn't made it. And another boy from Aberdeen too. One lady said that she knew them both. The man had married her girlfriend, and this young man had been in the camp trying to go to her job at work. So yeah, that was how we married him. However, we came back, and we brought back 3 divisions from the Mediterranean, Monty did. There was the 50th Northumbria Division, which had fought a long while. The 51st Highland Division, which started at Alamein. And my division, 7th Armoured Division, which had fought from the time Italy into the war. When Italy into the war, then the British in Egypt were at war because the Italians had places there, hadn't they? So, without all saying, giving us, we must have seen about 200 men, and a lot of them were continental Jews. Perhaps they had been under observation first for a couple of years, and now were they being allowed to join the British Army. And these men came in, they were brave men, absolutely. Well, and they real good Scottish names, John Lindsay, Andrew Hardy, they had nothing of the sort. It's funny to Germany. At the end of the war, they were used as interpreters for the civil administration. They were away from that. And they're very brave men, these men, because if they'd been caught by the SS, they'd been shot without a hand, shot at a hand. We're now entering SS country, quite different from the desert. The Germans here in the SS. Well, we've got our new tanks. Come and see the new tanks, they said. This is it here. This is a Cromwell tank. This is a Cromwell tank, this here. And the Germans' tanks had as good as that way back in Alamein. But we're miles, years behind them. Michael, having said that, the Germans were studying war, weren't they? We weren't studying war. We were amateurs. I think we beat them because there were too many of us. All right then. The Germans had 2 new tanks, a Panther and a Tiger. A Tiger was like a mobile fortress. Our tanks could do nothing. Our tanks could stand across the street from the far end and out so. And in fact, that happened. Another major, here I went down, I drove him down to this other place, and they captured a Panther tank. And he said, let's go and have a look at it. So he got one of these infantrymen with a projectile infantry anti-tank, a P. It's for anti-tank. So he got hold of this chap, said, lie down there and fired at that, maybe 150 yards away. It just bounced off without it. That's what we're fighting against. We couldn't tackle these tanks. We had to send for the RAF. The RAF were very good. They gave us these Typhoons with an RAF officer in our headquarters. We gave him our wireless sets, gave him our frequencies. He can listen into the reports coming in. And then one morning, I remember, must have been a July morning, nice sunny day, reply came in. I was the Colonel's command vehicle at this time. And I looked at the mic and said, we got that? Yes, we got that all right. And the Typhoon was attacking in 3 minutes. It was the only thing that could blow up a turret from a Tiger. Tigers are impregnable as far as they were concerned. Right then. Okay. I'll never forget going to Normandy. I went down to a place called Gosport. And we landed in there at 12:15 at night. To be ready for the morning, of course. And slept in the pavement. Morning came. Never forget. Not once did I hear, good luck, boys. These folk just passed by, knew where we were going. That was good luck. Never forget this night. Now when we go to Gold, as I say, I have that's the Gold Beach. I have a photograph here of Gold Beach. Everyone wants to see it. This is, I told you already, this is where I met the people from Belgium. We were just the Americans are way along here. The Americans had a tough job. That's Omaha Beach just next to us. And they had a tough job. It was very steep. And we landed on the water. Our tanks, of course, were steel welded together, and they could leak water, so we had to seal them all up. And actually, we were in off the tank craft into a water that was 4 feet deep, which wasn't bad at all. And our driver couldn't see it. We just said, like, keep going, keep going, keep going. And we got on the beach. So there was no fighting at the beach at all, which was very lucky. Rommel wanted all his men, all his panzers and his armies near the beach. And Hitler said, no, you might start involving them in the wrong place. We're going to hold them back. And then when we know where the Allies are coming, then we'll go forward. But Rommel knew from experience he couldn't, because the United States police were going to stop them. And that's exactly what happened. The Americans couldn't get, the Germans couldn't get their tanks down to Sweden. They could have wiped us. Wiped it all with us if they had the tanks there within a few days. We actually landed in D+9. But again, you see, the Americans didn't take our advice. Monty said, infantry going onto an open beach are an open target for machine gunners. Therefore, they need help. Even if it's only a tank with a machine gun on it, to answer these people, man, get them to keep their heads down so you mightn't get shot. The Americans wouldn't take it. They didn't have to talk on the British, they knew better than the British. But unfortunately, they sustained a lot of casualties at Omaha because they had no tanks. And we had tanks, but not our kind of tank. When our men landed, when our infantry landed, it was a tank with special guns on it, a big howitzer to blow up a cement fortification, for example. Or a tank would blow up a flail tank, it would explode mines so that it wouldn't explode. And things to smooth down holes and where the holes are, a tank even might go down. All sorts of wee things like that, so get everyone off the beaches. And the Americans wouldn't take that advice. And you can see later on, I've got to see the number of casualties killed. Before I wanted to do that, I want to show you how, this is it here, isn't it? Thanks, Alistair. This is, he's very keen on me, this chap. He thinks I'm wonderful. So, he'll look after the applause. Just take a cue from him. Now, once again, Alistair, on your feet, please. And this is Normandy this time, just very quick drawings. Give you a rough idea. Did you have your voice right here? So, here we are. This is the English Channel down here. Here are the Germans. And here's, this is British here, the Germans are here. You notice how we've got an awful lot of tanks here. Montgomery decided to kick them on. They were going to go straight for Paris, so that they would put the tanks here and not there. So every time they brought up another unit, Montgomery added one of his people, and they wanted to get their tanks together, the squadron that was right with there, but they couldn't do that because every time Montgomery put another one in, they had to put one in. And it finished up, if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Tiger tanks, SS at that, and 4 of them SS, and 3 the German army. And over here, they had a 30-ton tank, and we had away with 12. This is where the Germans were concentrating and stopping us. And it's exactly what they wanted. Because eventually, if you know a wee bit about this, the Americans broke out here, and we're out here. That's exactly what happened. So he can then understand. Thanks, Nancy. I wrote that down. I'll just read you out here in case you can't see it. 7 Tigers and Panthers. That's SS Snatchlight. British casualties. Although we always felt, I forgot to tell you this, that the ones that came to see us in the desert. I told you about that Battle of Gazala. At that time, the Battle of Gazala, they came down to see us, and they lined us up. And we're only a wee squadron, for goodness sake, we're in our regiment. But we still went to our regiment. We're still only 14 times, so we've got another half dozen times to do it into 14. But that's it. And I lined us all up, and I spoke to everyone. Where are you from? I remember this chap in my left, he says, where are you from? I think he said Aberdeen. And you? I said, Glasgow, sir. He said, you like Glasgow? I said, that's right. But he did this, of course, because the previous generals, we never knew who they were. But as you know very well from the ordinary reading, that Montgomery was a great boy for publicising his personality and so on. All right, so we're going from there. So just suffice to say that we had fewer casualties than the Americans, with fewer wounded Americans, and fewer missing than the Americans. And we do all the hard fighting. Montgomery was a man from the artillery. Get stuck in with a 25-pounder artillery. And they saved a lot of it. All right, then we go to the page. How are we doing, David? That's just amazing. When we broke out of France, the idea was to get away across the other side of, way up to the northeast France. The phrasing thing was, dash through the gap, chaps, and press on regardless. So, alternating across France, we got to the other side. But the Germans had no troops there. All right, Lille was liberated, and I told you about how I went there 50 years ago. And then we came all the way down to southern Holland. By this time, I was in the Colonel's command vehicle. You've got a big lorry with you, got up the back steps, and there's all the wireless sets are here, and the maps are here. And I looked at the map one day, and it said 52nd Div. That was my brother's division. My brother, who had been in the army since 1939, and they almost missed the war, because they didn't involve. It wasn't until we got invading Walker and invading Holland that they joined in. Up in the Grampians, pretending to be getting ready to invade Normandy, Norway. All right. So we get down there, and I saw the 52nd Division. So I said to the adjutant, who I knew very well, my brother's in there, I haven't seen him for 3 or 4 years. Any chance of going? Saturday. So I sent a message, got a signal back, the 16th of December, a time and place. Good, I said, fine. And at that point, then we moved on to a village. I went to this village, and it was snow on the ground now, and they put the command centre inside the house. So I was sitting in this house while the duty, and the door opened, and comes my other brother, John. I said, what are you doing here? He said, that wee town where you were, he said, where were they? It's a German barracks. You moved out. I said, no, but I haven't been here. He said, well, I saw a chap in the desert rat sign on his motorbike. And I asked him if he knew you. He said, yes, so he's from there. I said, we just come at the right time. I said, I'm going to see Jim tomorrow morning. I've got a lorry, I've got a French-speaking driver. How did it come in? I said, okay, I'll see if I can get it. So we got up the following morning, and guess what? The Battle of the Bulge started. The Ardennes offensive started. So our adjutant says, hang on a minute, Alan, he said, just wait, we'll see how it goes. If we're not involved by 11 o'clock this morning, you can go. I went. And John phoned, I phoned him, had lines down. He phoned to say, look, I can't come, I'd like to come. So at least Jim and I had an afternoon together after many years. So, moved up there, we come up, they started to make a push towards the line now, going to cross the line soon, and we came to this place, Galene. And I was billeted in this house, Galene. And in the house there was a young man, Arnold Demmelmans. And he taught me how to sing It's a long way to Tipperary in Dutch. They're much good at it. So, I gave him my home address, and he gave me his card, and 50 years passed, And I was going to Neil, as I told you. So I contacted this chap, Arnold Beverlins, and the first he said, I can't come. He said, we'll take 4 trains from here to you where you are going. And then he turned up with a newspaper and a reporter to make a story out of it. So I said to him, how did you manage to evade the German labour laws? You should have been in there forcibly by that time, cast away for doing work. He said, I know. He said, but we had in our house an old typewriter. My father had an old typewriter. And my birthday was 1926. And using this old typewriter, my father changed it to 1928. That gave me 2 extra years. He said, well, that was a bit dodgy, wasn't it? He said, oh, it was all right for a street check and soldier. It wouldn't have passed the Gestapo. I said, have you anything to do with the Gestapo? He said, well, I said, were you in the resistance then? He said, aye. I said, what were you doing? He said, my father was the leader of the resistance. And I said, I used to take messages from the various houses, and if the Gestapo had followed me, they would have seen them always go to the same houses. And what were you doing anyway? He said, well, we're transferring airmen back to Britain. And how did you do that? He said, well, we had a steam engine, he said, with the one with no coal tender. And we made a compartment in below the coal. And a couple of men went in there, and then we covered up the entrance. And away we went up the line, out the way, and then go back. So I'm down there every day, shutting up under the noses of the Germans. So that was Arno Bemelmans. Now this man Arno Bemelmans, and I have we have corresponded over the years, and this is come after. Corresponded over the years, and it has collected a number of bodies of British and American servicemen, 240, and
it's upside down.
Which really what is it? Is that? That's bad. I was going to read that. Yes, collected all these bodies, and every year they have a service of remembrance. You might tell your grandchildren that every November all British graves have many Dutch visitors and are well cared for. This cemetery will remind Dutch youngsters every year that liberty and democracy cost many lives. And it is writing it, and unfortunately, many lives of our Allied brothers in arms. Every year. So they remind their children. I have gone to schools and suggested they give a wee talk about the war, kind of smart. I saw the assistant head, and then the deputy head came up and talked with him. And that was it. Never heard from him again. Not interested. I contacted 7 schools, over 3 replied. Including Kents Park, Mount Florida Primary, Castleton Primary, not interested. So it should be, shouldn't it? Right then. Well, as I said already, we're going up to cross the line now. That's why my brother's division was there. We had some very hard fighting there, and we suffered a lot of casualties. But eventually we got across the line, but we gained it up the line. So we're lined up, one behind the other, one time behind the other, to cross this river, right, a big river. And guess what happens? There's a car coming up here. There's a Union Jack in front of it. And who's that that's sitting in the thing? Churchill. And he's giving us away. So we gave him a salute and he gave us away. True jumping to go across the line is a boy, wasn't it? Okay? We got him across the line, and then one day, and one morning a report comes in that there's a camp further down the road. So I was actually at this time the wireless operator for the second command, who did the channel one. Who's the way and find out what that's all about. So I go and drive him down the road there. Go down the road and we got to this, it's a wee scout car with a 4-wheel drive. And it could go across country. So the major's up the top of the map and I'm down here driving. Cross the road, Alan, cross the road. So we crossed the road down the garden path. And here, they would not go into a ditch and get stuck. I tried blocking the vehicle, I said, well, I wouldn't go. Well, we're going to have to send back from the tank, the regiment to send us a tank, throw us out. And then who's that coming? Oh, people coming running towards us. Didn't know who they were. All we men running, fast as they could. Italians. Italian prisoners of war had escaped. But I don't know what else. So we get them. See, they get us out of this road. Yes, that's it. Down there, down that way. So we're down that way. And true enough, here's a prisoner of war camp on the left-hand side. I park on the opposite side of the road. The major gets in to find out who's there and what they need, medical supplies, food, all this. And he comes back. This time, when he's out there, another report comes in. This time about yet another camp further on. So when he goes by and reports back to headquarters, then I say, well, sir, there's another which further down the road still. Incidentally, that one there had a British soldier in full guard regalia on guard. And the men were just walking about, not particularly worried about us, not particularly happy. In fact, they'd only been prisoner of war a couple of months from Arnhem and from Normandy. Down the road we went, down to another one. Ah, this is a different kind of fish. We go down the road, we got it's an armoured carver engine there, just to make it on the road to this. I can't read this. And they're on the left-hand side of me. And they're silent. They're all hanging out in the wire, watching us. Absolute silence. We go along, still don't know us, and I turned to come in the entrance. And the minute I did that, the Lord did, delirious. Delirious. The reason for that was, of course, that on the front of the scout car was a desert rat. And some of these men had been in the desert rat division in the desert. They were prisoners for 5 years. So they were desperate to get to see us. In fact, before I stopped the vehicle, one had jumped up and toppled me, and I had a wee hole on top of me. He was going in and hugged her in the throat, and I could hardly get driving. And then they would have the music going up there. Eventually I thought I'd better discretion to let it stop. So I stopped, and the major went in, and they climbed the board. I don't know how long I was there for, half an hour to an hour. But I do remember one thing, 2 people in particular. One man said, I was the first man to be shot down and taken prisoner of war in this war. And I always said I would shake with the first hands I came in, first man I came in here, and that's you. And then a big American came in. Hello. He says, have a cigar. I said, oh thanks, I don't smoke. Have a cigar! I better take this for one safety. So that was a big American. And these are the 2 prisoner of war camps. Oh, incidentally, following Boston. British Army nowadays has a training centre there. All right. Oh yes, I forgot to say that. I forgot to read this here. One of our own RSAs was in that camp, for goodness sake. RSN Hegarty, taken prisoner in the desert. So he came back on the scout car and straight back to the regiment. That's what happened to him. Steady dieties. Yes, I corresponded there with the man for 15 years. One of those prisoners, Mr. W.E. Gore of East London, South Africa. All right then. And then that was 2 camps we had. Would you believe it? A 3rd camp. A Right, Allan says, who's the major? Go on, let's go. So we went down the road. Would you believe it? The wee car brakes started to bind. And he pulled into another regiment to have them fixed. While he went on with another scout car. That's how I was Belgium. It was Belgium. I should have seen that. I didn't see Belgium, but further going along towards Bremen and Hamburg now, one day we came across this man in rags and filthy dirty, standing alone at the side of the road. What a pitiful sight he was. And across his chest, a wee leaflet, O-S-T, Ost, Russia. Hitler's idea of Russia was that they were subhuman and were eating food the Germans should have. So they rented them out. The SS got the money, and these Russian people starved and worked to death. They were worked to death. Of course, by this time of the war, Hitler had millions of people slaving for him. My own brother-in-law was a brother-in-law. I think he was a worker in a chemical factory away in the east of Germany. And that was the Ost. I used to have a sign that broke me out. Sometimes I lost it. That was a great pity. And then one day, a young man arrived at the regiment. Anstey is his name, Sub-Lieutenant Anstey. Now it so happens we already have an Anstey in the regiment. Lieutenant Anstey, his brother. So here's this young man up to see his brother after all those years. And the news comes in that his brother has just died. I should say being killed. And it's a bad thing that two men in the same unit. Really not a good idea. There he was. Came to see his brother, and his brother's dead. My tank commander in the desert, he was the same, Bob Goodyear. His brother was killed as well, in the same regiment. All very sad. And you know, by this time, the time must have been about 2 or 3 months away from the finish. And these SS troops were fighting like maniacs. And I mean maniacs. These were SS. They were indoctrinated in the Hitler youth and prepared for the SS. And they were absolutely ruthless. Some of our chaps, when going back to Normandy, had actually liberated a village from the SS and then been forced to retire. And the SS advanced and took it up again. And because the locals had given our chaps flowers, they shot 6 of them. In actual fact, when we were landing at the Normandy, there were 32 people in the Caen jail. And because they couldn't get them across the Seine, because all the bridges were broken, and they couldn't send them west because we were there, the 2 mounted bad guys shot them off, 32, threw the bodies away and never saw them again. That's what we were fighting against. And these SS, when it came to the bit and the actual surrender took place, we were up near Denmark at this time. Churchill wanted us to make sure we keep the Russians out. So we were up there, at a place called Itzehoe. And I was sitting atop of the tank this day, and they were coming up in the hundreds of thousands, just passing by to the, it's all over now, and throw the rifle down in front of the tank. And it wasn't such a good thing from destroying the rifles, just from the side. It just went over flat anyway. And then up came this other crowd. And when they got near to us, they started marching to attention, discipline. And then they started roaring. I wouldn't say it was singing. They started roaring at us, singing their German songs. They were furious. They had ruled the continent for 5 long years, and now they were impotent. And the Führer was dead. Oh, they were furious. Sang that song, it made you go, back in your head, here's the back of your head, back in your neck stand up. And I looked out to make sure there was a gun that day. Oh, there was. So after that, we then went, and we do the finish went to Berlin. We were chosen, Churchill chose us to go to Berlin. So we were the first British troops in Berlin. And why I don't know, but I was on top of a tank then. And as I passed this along the road, this Russian soldier amongst all the German people, he looked up at me and spat me round. That was, of course, Stalin had told them that we were doing nothing. And that they were doing everything well. Of course, we know that the Russians lost millions of people. And we were fighting for what they were. We were there when the invasion of Poland took place. They took something for themselves, didn't they? So we got there. And the Russians come up to see our tanks. They thought we were kidding. Where are the real tanks? These are real. That's all we had. Through the war, our tanks were a dead loss. They were very fast. That Cromwell tank there had a Rolls-Royce engine in it. And that was there. When we got it, it was obsolete in the American Army. Marking the capture for other reasons. Well, now, I don't know if I want to say anymore. That's it. Just to say that an indication of the position of the Germans, they were waiting at the exit of our cookhouse to get our leftovers. And the buildings themselves were just walls, the same as Hamburg, just walls. No floors, just bunk. The other had bunk place alive. So there we are. Now, I'll just better stop before somebody falls asleep now. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Okay, I'm sure Mr. Allan will be prepared to answer any questions you may have. Mr. Allan, where were you at the end of the war? Where were you on the 6th, 7th of May?
We were at 7th of May, we were, as I said already, near Denmark. Up near Denmark. We raced up there to stop the Russians. And the Lintham division, they were down in the water. We were near Denmark. Anything else, gentlemen, just while I think about it? Thank you. There is no doubt about it. The German soldier is a much better soldier than we ever were. They were very good. And the weapons were good. The machine guns were expertly made, too well made. Too well made. We had a wee Stein gun, which was a wee cheap thing. And when we went to Normandy, first of all, the Germans left behind snipers. And these snipers were picking us off one at a time. And so the colonel issued an order that everyone would carry personal arms ready for use. So I was getting this Stein gun, a very cheap thing. You know how machine guns move according to a spring, don't they? But it suffice to say that this Stein gun had a very soft spring. And the boys were sitting down next to a tank wheel in the tracks one day, and I sat down next to them in a bump. For goodness sake, the thing fired. It went through my ear. The bullet went through my ear. How good the Germans had never had a machine gun like that. There it is. You could always tell British machine guns, pop, 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 pop. The German machine guns are pop, pop, pop. You know, it's so much more effective. And the gun that Tiger had, an 88mm gun, that gun could knock us out at a mile. And in the desert that we tagged there, we couldn't hit back until we got within 500 yards of the Germans. And they could hit us from 1,000 yards. So they had 500 yards when they had free shot at us. No,